Hi, my name is Glenn Story. I'm the founder and CEO of Patriot Mobile. I'd love for you to learn more about Patriot Mobile, www.patriotmobile.com/Gene V. More importantly, I'd like you to be a subscriber to his show. I mean, his Truthcast is amazing. And if you get to listen to some of them, you'll never go back. I really encourage you to come watch it.
Throughout history, the spirit of patriotism has prevailed. The battles may have changed, but the values remain the same. Today, in 2024, we find ourselves at a pivotal moment where the call for unity, freedom, and a better future echoes louder than ever. For more than 10 years, Patriot Mobile has been committed to supporting the values that make our nation great. With affordable plans and reliable nationwide coverage, Patriot Mobile is not just a wireless service. It's a call to action for those who believe in the American dream. Because this year is not just any year, it's the most important year since our nation's founding. Choose a wireless carrier that shares your values. Choose Patriot Mobile.
Columnist for the American Spectator, Jeffrey Lord, with us, and GOP political strategist and insider. He's also the host of the Grassroots Truthcast podcast. Gene Valentino, gentlemen, great to see you.
Hi, Bianca.
Good to see you.
All right, so here he is with his wild ideas that apparently New Yorkers pushed him over to win this nomination here. Jeffrey, I'm going to start with you because he was saying with Jen Psaki last night on MSNBC that he went to all these impoverished areas and streets of the Bronx, and that's who he spoke to. But then when you look at the breakdown, it was the elites and the highly educated New Yorkers and some college students who voted for him. So I'm just curious what your take is on what you think the race will end up looking like. We know Adams is in. Cuomo could also complicate things as well with the vote.
I have to tell you, the to me, amusing thought crossed my mind that I wondered if Mr. Mamdani was not a secretly paid weapon of the Republican Party. What you're going to see here are Republicans all across the land making, of all things, a New York candidate for mayor a national issue in terms of the conduct of their party, how they see the future, what they would do, would not do, et cetera. And I think the Democrats have a real problem on their hands, and he is the embodiment of it. And every time he steps to a microphone and says something, he's not helping them.
No, some think, in fact, though, he might be helping AOC, with this sort of aspirational 2028 run, that she had a good night. This may be a message that she'll try to also play out in a wider national stage. What do you think of that, Gene?
Well, I'd like to add to what Jeffrey said. Not only do I think this is in tongue-in-cheek, a plant by the Republican Party, but I think this is an evidence that more has to be done in New York and other sanctuary blue areas of the nation to put in their face just how far a socialistic, communistic regime can go in our system. And if you want to kill socialism in the United States, try to put in some socialism. It's self-defeating and it'll kill itself. However, I think this is more of the same, a deep state effort to really take down America, and I'm just convinced that America's had enough of it. The Jews in New York City will find a way of coalescing behind one candidate, even if it's Curtis Sliwal, to make sure that this man does not get elected.
We're going into the news of the day in a few minutes with President Trump, one big beautiful bill, and the Senate parliamentarian ruling would remove more than a dozen provisions from the bill. One of them would have canceled the reduction for $3 billion for health care benefits for illegal aliens. Florida Senator Rick Scott posting on X about this, saying Democrats are fighting to keep provisions in the big, beautiful bill that would force red states' tax dollars to bankroll blue states' big government handouts to illegal aliens. It's not right and jeopardizes critical benefits for those who need it the most. Jeffrey, today's event here, which is about to kick off soon, and we'll take you there, is really to urge, the White House says, some of the people on the fence, the fiscal hawks, Ron Johnson, Mike Lee, Rand Paul. So tell us about what you think the mission should be at hand when the president emerges here in the East Room in a few minutes.
Well, I think and this is to me is very old news. I've been around the block here and seen this, and they really need to get into this big, beautiful bill, as it were, and start making some cuts to get this down to a reasonable level. Will they do it? To be perfectly candid, I'm not sure at all that they will. Just based on my own experience, I learned this, you probably heard me say this, a long time ago when I was working for a congressman when I first arrived on Capitol Hill and worked on the House Budget Committee. All these members of Congress have little things placed in there that they don't want cut. So this is a problem. It's always going to be there, and here we are again.
Well, maybe there's still, let's hold out hope here. President Trump is, pretty convincing. And a lot of this, too, that the Medicaid reforms, and you're right, Jeffrey, because some of it is rural hospitals. They get a lot of money from some of these, programs. I just want to play a little bit of Caroline Levitt today inside the briefing room and get your reaction to that, Gene.
If the final bill that the president's been talking about comes to him and it has Medicaid cuts in it, will he sign it, or would he rather just Congress do away with those cuts?
I think our friends in both the Senate and the House know exactly where the president stands on Medicaid. He wants to get rid of the waste, fraud, and abuse, and they are working to do that in the Senate right now.
Lot of that. I mean, the Democrats want to spin this, frightening tale, but it's really about the people grifting the system that's going to actually destroy it for everybody. Your take, Gene.
Yeah, and that was Senator Rick Scott from Florida's take as well. Hey, we're not trying to cut the bona fide benefits to those in need. We're trying to do, thank God, what Elon Musk started with Doge, waste, fraud, and abuse. And that's what Mr. Trump is behind. That's what Congress and now the Senate needs to focus on.
All right. Focus has been on Joe Biden as well. James Comer had to issue a subpoena today because the First Lady, Jill Biden advisor, Anthony Bernal, originally was going to come in. And then there are reports when the White House counsel said, we're actually going to remove executive privilege so they could really be grilled. He decided to switch it up and not volunteer. The subpoena's out. James Comer says, signed, sealed, and delivered. He said, let the subpoena send a clear message to Biden's inner circle. We will stop at nothing to expose the truth about Joe Biden's decline and unauthorized use of the Autopen. It's not going away, Jeffrey, but how deep will it go, and what do you think we'll actually see insofar as accountability for this?
Yeah, I think as long as Republicans have control of at least the House, I think this is not going to go away for a good long time. This is, I think, a major scandal, and I know that we have talked in the past about the long ago when Woodrow Wilson had a stroke and his wife, unknowns to the outside world, was in essence the president. She was running the country. I think we've had some version here, but we need to find out what it is, and I think we are going to find out what happened.
Gene, final word, 20 seconds to you, sir.
Midterm elections, a supermajority in the House and the Senate allow the Congress to do what Jeffrey just suggested, and that is to create some legislation that is punitive, that penalizes operatives within government, not just the elected officials, to suffer the consequences of self-dealing, self-serving, and wrongdoing that's now hurting the American people.
Yeah. All right. It's not a left or right issue. This was about who was running our country. Gene and Jeffrey, I appreciate both of you. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you back here soon, both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Scott.
This is Chris Ruddy, and I love Gene Valentino's Grassroots Truth Cast. Make sure you're tuning in just like I do every day, every week, every minute.